Why are you smiling there? Hey guys, so this is Vlogmas Day 5, and it's all about Mason, all about the baby. This is a complete update on him from the birth up until now. Yes, I had to write notes and more notes, so this is gonna be a kind of a lengthy video. Well, I'm trying to keep it kind of short. So let me go ahead and get into it. And I apologize if I'm looking this way because I'm looking at myself. So I was due August 24th, and that was based off of my menstrual cycle, my last menstrual cycle. And then once they did an ultrasound, I think I was about 9 weeks, they changed it to August 22nd. And that was his due date, and he was born July 30th. At 2:45 p.m. he weighed 5 pounds 13 ounces, and he was 20 inches long. I had a gender reveal. We had it on Mother's Day. We didn't want it to be on Mother's Day, but the building that we wanted wasn't available. My baby shower was after he was born, which was August the 3rd. I had my baby at the baby shower, and sad to say, a lot of people didn't come that said that they was gonna come. It's him being born really shown me how people are. Like, when you have kids, they don't, it just shows people's true colors, I'm telling you. Because nobody really came to the baby shower like that. Just my close family and friend. Well, I only had one friend that came. She's the one that threw the baby shower. None of Jonathan's family came. The only people on his end that came was his kids. And that was sad to me. I mean, he enjoyed himself now. I mean, he's pretty close to some of my family members that was there too. So, I mean, we all had fun. We had a ball, just us. It was maybe like, I mean, I guess it's a lot of people. It's like maybe 10 people. I mean, compared to Kobe's baby shower, it was way less. His baby shower. But, and that was Jonathan's first baby shower, and his first gender reveal too. So that's why I really wanted to have well, it was my first gender reveal. But he's never had any kind of celebrations or anything with his other 3. Sorry guys, I had to lay Mason down. He was sleeping, so, and as you can see, I'm in a whole other outfit. I had took a shower. But I left off at that I went to the ER a week before I had him, and it was on about the spotting, because I got fed up with me spotting and them telling me it's because you having sex or whatever. It happens after you do it. And I had just stopped at one point, and I kept spotting. So I just got fed up with it, and I went to get it checked out because I was kind of concerned about it. I just wanted to, you know, be sure everything was okay. And they told me it was just a yeast infection. After they was monitoring the baby heartbeat, they checked me. I was a 1.5 centimeters, and they ended up telling me it was a yeast infection, and they told me to take Monostat, which I never took, even to this day. And I don't have a yeast infection right now. I never even took the Monostat, so it wasn't a yeast infection, obviously, because I had them a week later. But they sent me home, and a week later, I did that spotting thing again. I was like, you know what, let me go back to the ER. So I went back to the ER. We went with nothing at all. And it was about 2 or 3 in the morning when we went. And they immediately took me to labor and delivery. And then they started monitoring my contractions, because I was having contractions. I didn't know I was. They just put me on the contraction thingy-majigger. And I was having contractions, didn't know I was. And they checked me, and I was 3 centimeters. And they monitored me for like an hour or 2. And at that point, it was getting more intense. It wasn't too bad, but I was feeling them. I was like, something was telling me I think it's time. The other part was like, no, not now. It's too early. And after a while, they sent a guy in there. I guess he's the person that has to say so if the person stays or goes or whatever. I don't know. But he came in and looked at me or whatever, and the next thing I heard him say was it's baby time. And me and Jonathan was like, oh my God. He left out and they tried to get me into a room. They had to clean it or whatever. And the whole time they was cleaning, it took like 20 minutes. I feel like I was waiting forever. So anyway, they finally put me in the room where I was going to deliver at. They had to break my water and give me an epidural 2 times. First time they gave it to me, it come out the back. I felt something wet on my back. I don't know how the whole epidural, I know how it works, but I don't know, like, I don't understand why it oozed back out of my back or whatever. But that happened, and the guy that did it, he must have been the only person that was giving the epidurals, because he had left right after he gave me the first time he gave it to me. He left and to give another lady an epidural because she was hollering for hers. So I had to wait till he was done with her to come back and give it to me a second time. So I was about to die, and they told me I was 7 centimeters at that point. So, and I never even got that high with Kobe. I think I was about 4. I think the highest I got with Kobe was like a 4, and I was about to dial in. So you know, yes, I was in there hollering. Like, some people probably be in labor or they had their first child, they be like, I'm not gonna make all that noise, I'm gonna be kind of quiet. That's how I was when I had Kobe. I was like a silent, dealing with my pain in silence pretty much. I wasn't loud and not all that. Honey, you not this time around. I was loud, honey. And the nurse that was in there while I was waiting, she just felt so bad for me. He finally came back in and gave it to me. And it's so hard getting an epidural when you're having contractions. But he gave it to me the second time and it worked. Thank God. And honestly, the first time and the second time when as he was doing it, just the way he was talking to me, and it kind of made me feel like he was like a rookie. Like, it was his first time doing this, he hadn't been doing it for years type of thing. And I was like, can you please get somebody that know what they're doing? So after I got my epidural, it was time I could rest a little bit. But I started getting visitors because Jonathan was telling everybody. Oh, before I get there, Jonathan was in the room the whole time the whole epidural process was going on. So, because, he was gone for a while. So he thought they forgot to go get him. So he kept, I think he thought he was getting on their nerves, but he didn't care. He was trying to make sure he didn't miss the birth. So, but, yeah, so after my epidural, I started getting visitors who ended up seeing my baby being born. There was 4 people in there 4 visitors in there. It was his mama, my mama, my aunt, and my friend Amber. None of them was supposed to be there in the birth. They weren't supposed to be there, but they were. Honestly, I didn't care. I just wanted him out. The only person I really wanted in that whole room was just me and John. I'm surprised they even let all of those people in there, to be honest with you, because I think they only let you have the daddy and someone else, and that was it. So when he came out at 5 pounds, 13 ounces at 245, he peed on me immediately. They told me why I was doing that spotting and why I had him early. It was because the placenta was detaching itself. And me knowing what I know, the little research I did do, they didn't tell me that. They probably wouldn't tell someone that. But I feel like I probably could have lost Mason if I didn't have him that day and just try to wait it out until my due date. I probably would have lost him, and I hate even thinking like that. It just makes me just appreciate him way more and thankful that he's here today, because I feel like I could have lost him from detaching itself. And just like they did when Cubby was born, they showed the placenta, and they showed it to me, Mason's placenta, and it looked horrible, y'all. It made me want to cry looking at it, because I remember how pretty and beautiful, because they call it a tree of life, because it looks like a tree or whatever. If you look at that placenta, the part that's attached to you, and it's like, oh my God, his didn't look nothing like that. It made me feel so sad. Oh my God, I don't even want. Okay, let me change the subject. So he has Mongolian, saying it right, Mongolian spots on his butt. If I'm mistaken, That's like a birthmark. I don't think they go away. I'm not sure. I don't think they go away. Because of him being born so early and him being, you know, so little or whatever, they didn't wash him. They had to wait until his temperature went up because it was too low. They didn't circumcise him. I've let the daddies decide that one because Cubby is circumcised. His daddy is circumcised. And Jonathan isn't circumcised, and neither is Mason. So I've always let the dads decide that one. And that's all I'm saying about it. Now we're in the room. They moved me from the birth room to the room where, you know, I'm going to stay at. They gave him a hearing test, which he failed the first one in one of his ears. And it made me worried because I felt like he was going to be like deaf in one ear or something. But she said it could have been from him moving, because he was moving a little bit. Or it could have been from me and Jonathan talking, because I think we was talking a little too loud. So she came back and did it again. And he passed it. I had him on Tuesday and we left on Thursday. The only thing, I guess the problem that he had being born so early was he had jaundice. And it was a really, really mild case of jaundice. He was over it within a few days after we went home. So now we're home, and Mason has been sleeping through the night since he was a month and a half. He goes to bed about 10:30. Yeah, 10:30 until about 7, average 7 o'clock. So yeah, now we're at 4 months. Oh yeah, wait. When he was 5 pounds 13 ounces when he was born. 2 or 3 days later, he lost 2.5 pounds. And then at a month old, almost a month old, he was like 10 days from being a month old, he was 7 pounds 3 ounces. And then 10 days later, he was 8 pounds 4 ounces. So he gained like a pound in 10 days. At 2 months, he was 10 pounds 4 ounces. And at 4 months today, he is 14 pounds and 2 ounces. And the things he can do now is he can reach for his feet. He plays with his hands like this here, and keeps them in his mouth all the time. He rolls over. He lifts his head almost perfectly, which I'm so glad, because he has a very bad flat spot on the side of his head, which you guys seen in his video, his 4 month shots video. So he follows objects around. He follows people, like if you move this way, he'll go there, that type of stuff. He kind of reaches for objects, but not really. And he drinks about 6 ounces every 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, that's pretty much the catch up on Mason, John Jones, my little baby boy. So yeah, hopefully I'll start doing the weekly vlogs like I did with Cubby. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it yet. If I'm gonna do weekly updates, or like every month I'll do something. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it yet. Let me know what you guys want me to do. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. Let me go ahead and cut you guys off because this video is extremely long. And yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow.